Good day everyone. We are the Group 7 and we are tasked to report all about teachers as curriculum leaders. So let's get started. First, we have the key roles of teachers as leaders in the curriculum processes. So what are these key roles man of teachers as leaders in the curriculum processes? Teachers play an important role in almost all activities related to curriculum processes. They are, first, the chief implementers of the curriculum as they are directly involved in the teaching and learning process. So as a teachers, we all know naman, it has been mentioned in the previous reporters that teachers are the curriculum implementers. They are the curriculum innovators. Sila mismo ang nag-implement sa mga curriculum ba? Because again, they are directly involved in the learning process, in the teaching and learning process sa mga learners, sa students. So that's why they are the chief implementers and they are considered as the curriculum leaders. Next, we have the catalyst of the development of individuals and societies. So the catalyst, there's something, they are the one who brings impact kanang change sa society, sa environment, sa learners ba. Next is have strong passion for mission to make a positive difference in the lives of students. As a curriculum implementer, you have this very bright side to your future. You are optimistic ba? Kanang bitang hayag ka og paglantaw sa imong mga learners para sa kayuan sa imong mga learners. Dili ka maluya o pangita og way ba para lang ma-implement nimo ang maong learnings ngadto sa imong students. And for you as a teacher, as a curriculum implementer, it is crucial for you to make a difference, a positive difference to the lives of your learners, to your students, and to the society. The next, we have the see themselves as key sources of knowledge and developers of skills and values that are imperative for human life. So, as a teacher, as a curriculum leader, as a curriculum implementer, kanang you see yourself ba nga ikaw ang tuburan sa maong kaalam ba? You should stand tall, you should be the model, you should be the role model for your students. That's why we should stand with respect and full of modesty in every way. So those are the key roles of teachers as leaders in the curriculum processes. So now let's move to the teachers or curriculum leaders in the education system. Ganina, naghatag the key roles of teachers as leaders in the curriculum processes. So, bali, ato siyang mas specify. And now, we are going to define what is curriculum leadership. If ganina, tabi ito sa curriculum leader, as a teacher as curriculum leader, now let's talk about what is curriculum leadership. So, leader, it is the person. Leadership, it is the ability of that person. So curriculum leadership can be simply defined as a set of important roles and activities that each teacher does in relation to curriculum planning, curriculum design, curriculum implementation, and curriculum evaluation. So if you are a curriculum leader, you must have this kind of ability. Kamaw ka sa curriculum planning, curriculum design, curriculum implementation, and curriculum evaluation. So, a simple definition of what is a curriculum leadership is something mga ability ba? Mga ability nga dapat i-acquire sa usa ka curriculum leader. So, in curriculum leadership, teachers are expected to innovate and develop curriculum that are relevant and responsive to the needs and context of the learners. They serve as education ambassadors to different stakeholders and they are advocates of various curricular reforms. In curriculum leadership, as a curriculum leader, teachers are expected nga ang ilang mabuhat, ang ilang ma-implement nga maong curriculum is kanabitang na relation sa daily life sa students, imperative to human life, to the students, something that is responsive bitaw to the needs of the learners ba. In implementing such curriculum, teachers or the curriculum leaders should also be careful to the curriculum that they are going to implement. Ila po dapat nga i-consider if this kind of curriculum ba ilang implement is responsive ba sa mga needs students, sa daily life sa mga students or not. And as a curriculum leader, you should be the ambassador of education and a catalyst for change. Thank you.
So, good morning. My name is Renan Rapols from Biteled 3A. So my assigned topic is all about teacher as curriculum leaders in instructional planning process. So instructional leadership is always associated with school administrators, particularly atuang principal, school principal. So then we also have the curriculum leadership, which therefore is a much dako siya, no, mas broad siya, and more on a function kaysa sa instructional leadership. Pero ang instructional leadership is the one of a function of para sa curriculum leaders. So duha siya, no, ang instructional leadership and katong curriculum leadership is kung sila mag-uban gina silang duha para magpa-implement na ng new curriculum sa usa ka school or university. So to summarize that, no, para masabtan pa jud, ang instructional leader kay mauna siya ang atong mga campus director, the head of the school or the principal, while ang curriculum leader ay mauna siya ang teacher na mao'y magpa-implement na ng curriculum na ng new curriculum para sa mga bata or mga learners, while the instructional leader mauna siya ang maghatag sa instruction sa mga teacher or the one who going to implement ng bagong curriculum sa kanang school. Consequently, curriculum leaders perform their instructional leadership function when they are able to represent the school philosophy, katong vision, mission, core values, curriculum, and plans to the learners, so sa mga bata. So para makonpagin siya, no, na siya mga following function ang curriculum leaders. So mo ni sila, no, ang mag-supervise sa pag-implement sa curriculum na academic strands. Then ang mag-promote ni sila sa school culture, ang climate and conducive to teaching and learning. Then mo ni sila ang magpahibalo kung unsa ang mga philosophy, ang vision, ang mission, ang sa usa ka school. Then mo sila mag-train, no? I-train the teacher and staff. Then mo ni sila ang mag-lead sa development or mag-purge or magpalit sa mga instructional materials na kinahanglan sa atoang maong school. Then mo ni sila mag-prepare sa school budget para sa mga umaabot na pamalito ng instructional materials or mga equipment na needed sa atoang campus o sa school, no? O sila sa ang mag-observe sa mga klase, nag-handle sa usa ka maestra kung ilan na sila i-evaluate, tanaw nila kung ang usa ka maestra na implement ba niya tarong ang iyang rule as a teacher sulod sa classroom, o efficient ba or effective ba ang iyang pag-handle sa maong klase. Then mo na siya mag-check sa mga assessment tools, just like mga exams and authentic assessment. As we all know that curriculum leaders fulfill their instructional leadership function in dynamic and democratic ways. They inspire teachers and students to commit themselves to excellent teaching and learning. So in Reeser and Dex model, no, the teacher are curriculum leaders need to ensure that the curriculum standards and competences are reflected in the instructional goals are implemented carefully. So mo ni siya sa ilahang model, no, gi-emphasize na unsa ka importante ang pag-analyze sa content o ang characteristics sa usa ka learners, while ang teacher kay mao na siya mag-select sa effective and efficient lesson objective para ang usa ka bata maka-learn yun. Then the development of assessment tools after identifying the objective of the lesson. This will ensure that the proper assessment tools na ma-align with the objectives of the lesson will be utilized to assess students' learning. Siya. So, planning instruction in katungkang research and text model include the following instructional procedures, just like motivation, tapos napati ang katong presentation of objectives, tapos napadiha ang katong recalling requisite skills and knowledge, presentation of information and examples, practice and feedback, dayon summary and assessment. Teacher may use several teaching strategies and learning activities in each procedure to ensure the success of instruction. So, as a teacher, you need to respond to the learning needs of students. So, dapat ang imong ma-align din siya ang imong teaching style with the learning styles sa tanang estudyante na imong gihandulan. So, planning is necessary to another instructional materials also play an important role in instruction. So next is, as a teacher, you need to select the instructional media that can be used to help effectively implement ang kanang maong objective sa usa ka lesson. Just like ang technology and other form of kanang instructional media kay part man para ang kanang usa ka bata makuan gali kay samot karon we are in the kanang millennial era. Ang mga bata is kanang more on kanang exposed na kay sila sa mga media, mga gadget. So makakon maging murag ma-pick ang kanang interest sa usa ka bata karon panahon na basta you are using instructional media, mga technology. Yun yung mga millennial kids kay mo siya almost always relying on technology. Sa karon magid like di na ginamawa sa usa ka estudyante ang magkupot og mga gadget or mga technology na needed sulod sa usa ka eskwelahan. They use technology in almost all aspects of their study. This part of instruction, the teacher's skill is effectively carried out by the lesson is needed. Effective classroom management, utilization of appropriate activities, assessment tools are also needed. Then, the last part of the process is revision of instruction. In this process, the teacher will use the result of students' assessment in revisiting ang ilahang mga angkat of instruction. The third is that as a teacher is need yun sila as a curriculum leaders need to know kanang how to utilize the result of the assessment in providing classroom instruction. Kay paitan ang katong result sa assessment like kung maron ka dili pa kay effective ang imong pagpakuan ang kanang assessment. So mangita kag ways that flexible jud ka as a teacher para ang bata mahatag gid nimo ang kanagtang atmos kanang teaching gid nimo para sila maka-learn. So the next topic I will discuss is all about teacher as curriculum leaders and evaluating instruction. So as we all know, evaluating instruction is one of the most important function as a teacher, as a curriculum leader sad. So sa ang kanang teacher, so it is necessary na kanang ma-ensure nila ang curriculum is na-implement yun na siya sulod sa klase as planned. Na to ensure that the curriculum standards and competencies are kanang gitudlo nila effectively and para sa mga bata. no? Evaluating instruction also manam siya mag-measures sa kanang unsa ka effective ang pag-imuhang pag-implement sa curriculum sulod sa classroom. In evaluating instruction, teacher need to look the following procedures. So we have here 6 ng procedure to be followed. Number 1 is planning for evaluation, determine instructional evaluation design. Then number 3, develop instructional evaluation instrument. Then number 4, collect data that teacher will collect or gather necessary data needed for instructional evaluation. And number 5, we have here the analyze data. The teacher will analyze the data gathered and intercept results. And lastly, we have here the report findings or the result of the instructional evaluation. So, during the actual observation of classes, instructional evaluation could focus on the following aspects. So, mani siya. Appropriateness of the activity, ang iyang strategy na gi-use para sa mga bata, mga learners, and kung saan mga topic. Then, active participation of students in performing learning tasks, mga activities. Then, usefulness of instructional materials in meeting the desired objectives of the lesson. Mga instructional materials like mag-report ang mga bata na magamit na sila, like pwede sila mag-visual aids or you can use the smart TV para maggamit ko kanang PPT to conduct our atong mga ang lesson. Then nasa nilang conductiveness of classroom environment for learning. Then we have also the pedagogical content knowledge, or what we call the PCK level of teachers, classroom management, tapos development of positive relationship between the teacher and students, then effective presentation of concepts, then effectiveness of teacher in carrying out the instructional. Then, so the result of the evaluation is important, is planning how to improve the curriculum and ang kanang pag-implement. The result is also useful for designing a monitoring program for new teacher. So asa ka ng instructional leader, imuha ginang trabaho na imong i-monitor ang imuhang mga kanang teacher sulod sa campus. Kung ilaha bang i-fulfill ang ilahang duty as a teacher, ang kanang usa sila ka-effective ang ilahang pag-teach para ang mga bata maka-learn. So, maro tong akong topic.
Teachers as curriculum leaders in the K-12 education reform. The Republic Act 10533, otherwise known as the Enhanced Basic Education Act of Philippines, includes specific provisions for teachers and principals to exercise leadership roles not only in instruction but also in curriculum. Republic Act 9155, otherwise known as Governance of Basic Education Act of 2001, also specifies important provisions wherein teachers plays an important role to promote and protect the rights of every citizen to quality basic education. So it emphasizes the pivotal role of teachers as leaders in both instruction and curriculum development within the K-12 education system. These legal frameworks highlight the responsibility of teachers and principals not only to impart knowledge but also to actively contribute to the enhancement and the governance of the educational curriculum. It ensures the promotion and protection of citizens' rights to receive a quality basic education, wherein teachers are positioned as key figures in shaping and implementing educational policies for the benefit of students and the broader community. Teachers' empowerment is the heart of K-12 education. With all the reforms and innovation in the K-12 education program, teachers need to view themselves as curriculum leaders performing the following functions. First is to ensure effective implementation of curriculum standards and the competences. When ensuring effective implementation of curriculum standards and competences, it must take actions to guarantee that the educational content and skills outlined in the curriculum are delivered in a manner that aligns with established standards and learning objectives. This involves in planning, teaching, and assessing to ensure students acquire the specified knowledge and abilities outlined in the curriculum. Second, develop and evaluate curriculum materials that are appropriate for students. This involves creating educational materials such as lesson plans, textbooks, or digital resources tailored to the needs and abilities of the students. Evaluation ensures the effectiveness of these materials. Third is to develop assessment and evaluation tools to assess learning. Designing tools like tests, quizzes, or projects to measure students' understanding and mastery of the curriculum content. It is to gather information in their progress and identify areas for improvement. Next is to plan and evaluate curriculum. This encompasses the overall structure and content of educational program. Planning involves designing what to teach and how, while evaluation assesses the curriculum effectiveness and relevance. Also, plan effective activities that will help implement the curriculum. Designing specific activities, exercises, or projects that engage students and facilitate the effective implementation of the curriculum. Also, solicit support from parents and other stakeholders. Seeking involvement and cooperation from parents, community members, and other stakeholders to enhance the learning experience and create a supportive educational environment. Also, make curricular decisions at the school level. Participating in decisions related to the school's educational programs, including curriculum choices, teaching methods, and other relevant policies. Last is to conduct research to improve learning and improve content. Engaging in educational research to enhance teaching practices, refine curriculum content, and stay informed about the effective educational strategies and the advancement. So each of these functions contributes to the development, implementation, and improvement of the comprehensive and effective educational experience for students. Since the K-12 curriculum is a standard-based curriculum reform, all teachers are compelled to focus their attention on the following. First, the clarity of the standards. Teachers should know the essential that every student should learn in the curriculum. These standards are contents, skills, and values or attitude that students need to learn and master. So, it emphasizes that teachers should have a clear understanding of the fundamental contents, skills, and values that are integral to the curriculum. It underscores the importance of the teachers being well-versed in the essential components that every student is expected to learn and master. Also, the significance of clarity and comprehension among educators regarding the key elements of the curriculum to effectively guide students in their learning journey. Second, visibility of performance measure. Teachers need to ensure that each curriculum standard shows visible outcome or performance. So each curriculum standard has visible and measurable outcomes or performances. It implies that standards should be designed in a way that allow for clear assessment of student progress and achievement. Third, consistency of communication. Teachers should effectively communicate the standards to all students. All teachers need to share the vision of K-12 education, they need to continuously improve their mastery of the subjects and disciplines that they teach. They also need significantly improve their pedagogical skills. So, the necessity for all teachers to align with the encompassing vision of K-12 education encourages a collaborative and progressive approach among educators to ensure high standards of education within the K-12 system. And K-12 program needs teachers who are creatively innovative. They need to develop new ways of responding to the needs and interests of the learners. And they also need effectively visible, reliable ways to assess and evaluate the learnings of students.
Teachers as curriculum leaders in preschool. So, teachers as curriculum leaders in preschool plays a crucial role in shaping the educational experience for young children. So, kindergarten teachers are responsible for designing and implementing a curriculum that promotes learning and development in various areas including cognitive, social, emotional, and physical domain. So by taking on the role of curriculum leaders, preschool teachers contribute significantly to laying a strong foundation for a child's future. So dako gud kay tabang ang kindergarten teachers sa pag-shape sa bata para ma-ready sa next nga level. Sa una sa akong batch is ang uban wala mag-agi og kindergarten. Wala sila mag-agi. Pero karon nanay siya ay Republic Act 10157, otherwise known as the Kindergarten Education Act. So dili ka maka-move sa grade 1 kung wala ka mag-agi og kindergarten. So dako sa kay advantage ang mag-agi kag kindergarten is dako kay advantage kay mostly mga students kay mas ready sila to move sa next nga level. So teachers as curriculum leaders in elementary grades. So teachers as curriculum leaders in elementary grades kay ilang role is to develop basic skills, literacies and life skills. So teachers expose children to new knowledge nga sa each subjects. So teachers in this level are starting to mold the minds and character sa students. So elementary grade teachers continue to serve as a curriculum leaders, playing a vital role in shaping the educational experiences of their students. So naa dire ilang uban sa ilang role. So curriculum development. So elementary teachers design and plan curriculum content that aligns with the educational standards. So naagid nakaset gid sa standards ang ilang mga gipanghimo o gipang design nga curriculum content. The other one is the subject integration. So they integrate various subjects cohesively, fostering connections between different disciplines. Other one is differentiation. Recognize the diversity in the classroom. So sa classroom namo gud na mga lain-lain nga estudyante, lain-lain mo gid na ay lain-lain gid. So elementary teachers address not only academic but also social and emotional development, creating a positive and inclusive classroom environment that supports the holistic growth of students. So by taking on the role of curriculum leaders in elementary grades, so teachers contribute to laying a foundation for students to their academic success.
So, since we are now done discussing about teachers as curriculum leaders in the elementary grades, now it's time for us to move on to another topic, which is the teachers as curriculum leaders in junior high school. So, the junior high school program of K to 12 includes grade 7 to grade 10 of the secondary level. It is the entry point of students to the rigors of various disciplines and the areas of sciences, social sciences, mathematics, humanities, and applied disciplines such as home economics and vocational technology. So basically, after the completion of elementary grades or the primary school, the students shall proceed to the junior high school, which is what we called also, or which is under the secondary level. So we all know, as per K to 12 implementation, the junior high school consists of 4 levels. These are the grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, and grade 10. So the students are expected to take those all levels so that they can proceed to the senior high school. So it is stated here that in junior high school, it is the entry point of the students in which they do rigors of various disciplines. So when we say rigors of various disciplines, it refers to the demanding and challenging aspects of different subjects or areas of study. So it means that the subjects in junior high school are much more difficult than the subjects in elementary. The students in junior high school are expected to perform or to do more complex and difficult tasks, and also as well as for the teachers, they are also expected to give their students a difficult and more complex activities. So the good thing about giving your students a difficult task is that through that they will create or they will develop or it will mold their abilities and skills, and they will also demonstrate higher level of thinking and a deep sense of understanding, and they will not also use it in their study, but also they can also apply it in real life. Next, the curriculum for junior high school follows the spiral curriculum design, enabling the learners to see the seamless connection of one topic to another at the horizontal and vertical levels. This means that spiral progression of content is observed in the scope and sequence of the curriculum. The teachers as curriculum leaders will need to master their disciplines and
So since Miss Yaon already done tackling about teachers as curriculum leaders in junior high school, so now let's proceed to the teachers as curriculum leaders in senior high school. Senior high school was introduced through the K to 12 reforms. Students first started senior high school in 2016. Senior high school or grades 11 and 12 was added by law to the country's basic education curriculum in 2013 to enhance the employability and readiness of high school graduates for college or immediate employment in the workforce through technical vocational programs or to go directly into entrepreneurship. So, dako kayo ni nahimong changes sa mga batanon ang senior high school, no? Unlike sa katong wala kaabot ani kay murag dili pa good fully prepared ang estudyante ato. Just like sa ako cousin, she take education kay maora man daw iyan hibaw-an. Mao ka to iya gipili hangtod sa nag-graduate siya. Nagmahay siya ngano idok igikuha ngano man. Kay wa man gud siya kabalog unsa nga courses para niya. Iya na lang to choose kay mao man iya nailhan, which is very wrong good. Whereas diri sa senior high school natay gitawag nga career guidance. Dili na to mahibaw-an kung asa ta capable through basing from our abilities and our skills. Dili na to makita na ani day ko kay lahi raman good siya sa atong dream na career pagkabata nato. Nay uban mausab di ba? Tungod kay lagi benefit sa atong ability o dili sa tanang panahon na para na siya sa ato ang kanang dream or kanang goal. Sometimes mausab good siya depende sa atong desire, no? yes, tinuod mong ang ingon nga libre ta mangandoy, pero if we are going to apply it in reality manggod lahi ra gud siya kay usa man gud sa factor no nga or hindrance nga maka-affect ana kay ang financial good. Dili ta ka-afford sa atong desired course sa atong desired nga course kay lagi mahal ang tuition, mahal ka ay di ta ka-afford. Maong mahugta sa atong second option para sa kuha. Pero still I am thankful man kay naamasad ko ani ability o kabalo masad ko mohandle sa akong pressure. That is why senior high school nakaplano dili ta maka-prepared nata ka if dili ta mada sa first atong option, at least napatay second ug third options para sa dili ingon na magmahay ta sa atong gipili nga kurso. Now so the senior high school program is a 2-year educational program added to the 10 years of basic education in the Philippines. So, dito sa senior high school, ang estudyante mo choose silang own track. From academic track, technical vocational track, and sports and arts track. So, sa academic track na upat ka specializations or strands. Ang Humanity and Social Sciences or HUMS, Business, ABM, STEM, and General Academic. So, these tracks aim to develop the following: life and career skills, learning and innovation skills, information and media skills, and communication skills. So, no, with the help of senior high school, it allows or it enables the students to mold and to be fully prepared sa next nga level. Aware na sila and kabalo na sila sa kung unsa na kurso ilang pilion. Also, dili na sad ma-develop og ma-unlock ilang skills that allows them to carefully choose sa ilang course kung asa sila fit or asa sila capable ana. So the senior high school teachers will need to develop and implement lessons that are learner-centered, inclusive, developmentally appropriate, relevant, responsive, research-based, culture-sensitive, contextualized, and global. Pedagogical approaches nga na diri ang constructivist, inquiry-based, reflective, collaborative, and integrative. So, senior high school implementation, no nga na siyang gi-implement na siya because it is aimed to equip the students with essential knowledge and skills that will help them prepare for the chosen path in the higher education, employment, or entrepreneurship. So, the senior high school teachers are expert in their own field. They will teach courses that will prepare the students for their profession. They will choose and provide them necessary skills that they need to become entrepreneurs and productive in daily life. So, also in senior high school, students are exposed to several specialized courses. They will need to apply what they learned in junior high school. So, ilas ang i-apply kung sila nakatuna sa junior high school para mas ma-better nga understand ang lessons and also ma-develop sa ilang competences into a higher one. So, in the senior high school program, teachers play crucial role in developing the professional skills and attitudes of their students. So, mo na siya. Dako kay gamit ang maestra in developing the cognitive for the students. Teachers as curriculum leaders will plan, design, develop, and implement curriculum appropriate for the students and aligned to the K-12 program. No, so they are expected to innovate and take the lead in ensuring that students will master the core standards and competencies prescribed by the Department of Education for the senior high school curriculum. So, in teachers as curriculum leaders of 21st century. So, teachers will teach millennial learners who were born in an era where information technology is leading and shaping the renaissance of the society. So, ang kanyang 21st century, it is an era where internet and highly technological gadgets are making all information accessible to the learners. The millennial learners are exposed to all kinds of information and experience alternative learning conditions. So, the teachers are facilitators of the learning. The focus of a 21st century learner, teachers, is on student by developing higher order thinking skills, effective communication, collaboration, and other skills that they need in the 21st century. The teachers must develop new teaching strategies that are radically different. So, in the 21st century learning kay advanced na diri, whereas diri mo exist ang technological appreciation o mao na ni ilang new strategy sa teachers na ilang i-apply, new method. Instead of using traditional method, technological method na ilang i-apply. Kung nakabantay mo, nihit na sa mga maestra ang magsuwat sa blackboard, mag-discuss using Manila papers. Rare na guna siya pangitaon karon. Commonly, teachers karon kay murag they use PowerPoint presentations na to discuss na, which is dali ra og dili siya time consuming for teachers. And also, way back sa katong pandemic, usa sad to siya sa example of 21st century learning. Katong implementation of online class, dali ra kaayo ang iyang process since mao man sad to ang demand sa kato na panahon kay restricted pa man ang F2F ato na time. So, according ni Middlewood and Burton, in year 2011, they noted that the 21st century teaching and learning would need a completely new paradigm of learning. So, this new paradigm of learning focuses on developing their critical thinking, creativity, communication skills, and collaboration. So, critical thinking teaches students to question claim and seek truth. Creativity teaches students to think in a way that what's unique to them. So collaboration teaches students that groups can create something bigger and better than they can on their own. So communication also teaches students how to efficiently convey ideas. Mo na siya. So according sa Nilo and Glover in year 2000, they also identified new features of education, focusing on learning how to learn, learning as a process, a journey, learning as a lifelong process, and teacher as a learner. So learning how to learn, it is the ability to pursue and persist in learning, to organize one's own learning, including through effective management of time and information, both individually and in groups. So this competence includes awareness. Learning as a process, a journey. So the pursuit of knowledge has the power to transform us. A learning journey nurtures this curiosity of transformation in the learners. It offers continued learning and ensures continued growth. So, dili nagyusa sa tool nga makahelp sa learners to navigate the terrain to keep learners going. So, third is the learning as a lifelong process. So, lifelong learning gani refers to the process of acquiring knowledge, skills, and aptitudes throughout one's life. It involves seeking out new opportunities to learn and grow, whether through formal education, programs, workshops, conferences, online courses, or self-directed learning. Lastly, teacher as a learner. Teachers are professional learners. Good teachers are able to incite students with a desire to learn. Effective teachers are able to stimulate students to learn specific types of teaching. No, so teaching is guiding another person to find opportunities for them to learn. Yes. So there are several developments which have significantly influenced curriculum development and teaching and learning in the 21st century. So money, number 1, increasing discoveries on how the human brain works. So we all know that knowing more about the brain can lead to the development of new treatments for diseases and disorders of the nervous system and improve many areas of human health. Yes, so next is the idea of learning styles and thinking preferences. So learning styles is one that accounts for learner differences, which can be useful in understanding the different ways we learn. So it can also be useful to know your strength and use them to enhance learning. Style refers to a student's specific learning preferences and actions. Third, ICT integration and education development of learning organization. So the integration of ICT into education involves the use of computer-based communication into daily classroom activities. So it also means technology-based teaching and learning, which contributes to a lot of pedagogical aspects where ICT application leads to effective learning. So as these and more are likely to occur, so will the role of teachers as curriculum leaders continue to evolve. So the role of teachers as curriculum leaders will continue to remain crucial in ensuring the success of the education system and in making the curriculum relevant and responsive to the needs of the learners and the society as well.
One of the challenges of the 21st century learning to curriculum leaders is to develop habits of minds among the learners. Costa and Cowlick 2009 identified the following habits of mind. First, be independent thinkers, think before they act. It encouraged learners to critically assess situations before making decisions. For example, instead of immediately accepting a friend's opinion, students might research and form their own perspective. Second, be more self-motivated. It urged learners to find internal drive for learning. For example, a student sets personal learning goals and takes initiative to achieve them without external pressure. Third, be more inquisitive. It promotes curiosity and a desire to explore. Examples, a learner asks questions about topics beyond the classroom, curriculum seeking deeper understanding. Fourth, pay attention to detail, take pride in work. It emphasizes awareness and quality in tasks. As students carefully proofread and edit their essay, taking pride in delivering a polished piece of work. Fifth, be more diligent and persistent. It encourages hard work and resilience. For example, despite initial challenges, students persist in understanding a complex mathematical concept through additional study and practice. 6. Enjoy working through the work. It fosters a positive attitude toward the learning process. For example, students find joy in the process of researching and writing a report, appreciating the learning experience. 7. Think for themselves, not always follow another's lead. It promotes independent thinking. So instead of copying a classmate's solution, a learner analyzes a problem and develops their unique approach. X. Generate their own thoughts. It encourages creativity and originality. So for example, students when asked to express their opinion, formulates unique insight based on their own reflections. Be self-directed. Use strategies of problem solving. It advocates for learners to take control to their learning and solve challenges. So, faced with a difficult task, a student organizes a step-by-step plan to systematically address the problem. Transfer knowledge and apply to new solutions. It encourages the application of learned concepts in different contexts. So for example, a student applies mathematical principles learned in class to solve a real-life problem outside the classroom. Have confidence, be able to take risks. So it fosters self-assurance and a willingness to venture into the unknown. So a learner confidently volunteers for a challenging project, knowing it will enhance their skills and even if it involves some uncertainty. Next is to support answers so that they can show evidence of their thinking. It emphasizes the importance of providing reasoning and evidence. So in a discussion, a student supports in a viewpoint with relevant facts and examples, demonstrating a well-thought-out perspective. And last is communicate with each other, work it out through together. So it highlights the value of collaboration and effective communication. So during a group project, students actively discuss ideas, share responsibilities, and collectively find solutions to challenges.
So now we will be discussing about exercising curriculum leadership and selecting textbooks and other instructional materials. So teachers should be empowered to select the textbooks and other instructional materials that they use in their classes. In some schools, teachers are enjoined to participate in the textbook selection process. However, in many schools, administrators are the ones selecting the textbooks for the school. It is logical and proper to include teachers in the process since teachers are the ones teaching the subject and know better about the needs and nature of their students. Thus, they must be given freedom to decide on what textbooks they are going to use and what instructional materials that they need for their classes. So, providing textbooks and other instructional materials will magdepend gid din siya sa school, no? Kay, just like what I have said earlier nga, there are some schools nga sila mo ay mag-provide sa textbooks sa mga teachers, while there are also other schools nga teachers mo ay mag-provide sa ilang mga textbooks and instructional materials that they will be giving or that they will be disseminating to the class. So what's more important in selecting and planning textbooks and instructional materials that they will be going to give? They should include the teacher's opinion or suggestions, because of course ang teachers mo ay magtudlo, so kung dili mag-align ang textbooks or the instructional materials na gamiton for the teachers or sa needs sa teachers, so of course the struggle is adto mabutang sa teacher, and si teacher maglisod po na siya og tudlo sa iyang mga students since wala man na-align ang iyang needs sa textbooks na gihatag sa school. So kung mag-struggle ang teacher, so of course dili lang si teacher ang mapektuhan, maapil po ang students. So that's why it is important to include the teachers when it comes to selecting the textbooks and instructional materials for the teachers, and also for the sake of the learning of the students. So, in 2015, the Department of Education developed a framework for developing and selecting textbooks and other instructional materials. The framework prescribes that all textbooks and instructional materials are aligned to the K-12 curriculum. The textbooks and other instructional materials should follow the curriculum standards and competencies prescribed by the K-12 curriculum. So, of course, the textbooks and instructional materials that you are going to use should encompass the standards and competencies prescribed by the K-12 curriculum. Kay, of course, the subjects under the K-12 curriculum are new, so we should also use the appropriate textbooks for that particular subject, because how can we meet the needs of the learners if sa textbooks palang gidahan or sa instructional materials palang gidaan, dili na nato ma-provide ang ilang mga needs. So dili jud nato mahatag ang best learning for them. The next is contain expert system of knowledge. Authors that are expert in their fields should write the textbooks and other instructional materials. It is also important that the contents of the instructional materials are accurate and up to date. So of course, as a teacher, as an aspiring teacher, if one day maghimo manggalit tag mga textbooks or mga instructional materials for our students, of course, we should also need to secure nga expert of what we are doing, because of course they are going to disseminate it with their students, and the students will find some reliable and credible sources along textbooks. So how can they help the students when it comes to their studies if their textbooks are not enough to support the needs of the students? So that's why it is important na the textbooks that we will be going to make is up to date, and also the content of the textbooks are accurate and reliable. The next is have provision for differentiated instruction. So it is important to provide activities and assessment strategies that are relevant to the learning styles and thinking preferences of the learners. The needs of slow learners and fast learners should also be considered. So of course, when it comes to giving instructional materials and textbooks to our students, we should also consider our learners. So the interest of our learners, dapat ato siya nang i-consider. And also, of course, the classroom are diverse. The students are very diverse. So the needs of others will might not be the need of the others. So we should also consider sa to mga learners if how fast learner they are, or how average they are when it comes to absorbing the lesson.
Developing teachers as curriculum leaders. Curriculum leaders are trained and developed. They are product of different in-service and pre-service teacher education programs. They also developed their skills from their teaching experiences and encounter with a great teacher. They are product of mentor and they are formed by supportive professional work environment. Yes, developing teachers as curriculum leaders is an important aspect of professional development in the fields of education. As curriculum leaders, teachers play a critical role in shaping the learning experiences of students, designing instructional materials, and driving school-wide improvement efforts. So there are few important factors that need to be considered in the development of teachers as curriculum leaders. What are they? The first one is teacher empowerment. Teacher needs to be empowered to make important decisions, solve problems, take actions, and innovate in their own schools and classes. Teacher empowerment is a crucial aspect of creating a positive and effective educational environment. Empowered teachers are more likely to be engaged, motivated, and dedicated to their profession, which in turn can lead to improve students' outcomes. As a teacher, we need to be empowered because our profession is to share knowledge to students. Also, to mold them as a successful student someday. That's why we need to take actional aspects of problems and innovate our school and classes. The second one is efficient system. Teachers need to work in an efficient working environment. They need to be part of a system that is collaborative, professional, and effective. When we say efficient system, teachers need to work in an efficient and working environment where kanang working environment kay kanang collaborative, professional, and effective. So, paunsa man nato matawag usa ka teacher nga efficient siya. Matawag nato ang usa ka teacher nga efficient siya if kanang open-minded, nang have the courage and have the flexibility and passion for learning. The third one is mentoring system. Mentoring system, teachers, especially the neophyte teachers, need mentoring from effective and model mentors. So when we see neophyte, so mao ni siya mga baguhan pa lang. So dapat kaning mga baguhan pa lang mga teachers kahit na kinahanglan ni sila yung mentors nga mo-guide sa ila, na kinahanglan ni sila sa mga effective teachers nga mo-guide sa ila aron sila mahimo pud na effective teachers someday. So the fourth one is administrative support. Administrative support at any levels, teachers will need full support from the administration, especially when they want to innovate or develop good programs for the school and for their students. So dapat kaning mga administration full support na sila, dapat na mo support sila sa pagabuhaton sa pagabuhaton sa kaayuhan sa eskwelahan o sa estudyante. Lastly, learning community. Teachers must experience to work in a learning community where all behave as professionals. So dapat mo behave good as a professional, avoiding any form of professional jealousies and free from insecurities. Teachers need to learn from and share best curricular and sectional practices to each other. So dapat ma-teacher man ka, so you should act one. So for example, kung unsay problema nimo sa balay, dapat dili nimo dadon sa imong workplace. It's because ang imong environment inang I'm sure affected po. Ang imong students I'm sure affected po. Ikaw sa imong kagalingon naka-feel kay hatreds, naka-feel kay insecurities, naka-feel kay jealousies, then kanang imong mga na-feel kay imong dalun pod sa imong workplace, I'm sure ang imong environment affected good. So dapat ang imong environment dapat ang imong learning community, ang imong environment kay dapat happy lang si a learning community in the context of teachers as curriculum leaders refers to a collaborative and support environment where educators work together to enhance their own teaching practices, as well as the overall curriculum design and implementation within their school or educational institution. This concept emphasizes the idea that teachers can serve as leaders in the development and improvement of the curriculum, working collectively to create a dynamic and effective learning experience for their students. Reflection on teachers as curriculum leaders. Teachers are considered curriculum and instructional leaders in various levels of education. As curriculum leaders, they perform different roles and functions that are essential in planning, design, development, implementation, and evaluation of the curriculum. As curriculum leaders, teachers play a crucial role in shaping the learning experience of their students. They not only deliver the curriculum content, but also have the responsibility to guide, inspire, and facilitate learning in a way that is meaningful and relevant to each student. Letter A, they provide technical support in curriculum planning. So technical support in curriculum planning for teachers as curriculum leaders can take various forms to assist to assess them in fulfilling the rule effectively. So, teachers as curriculum leaders have the responsibility to integrate technology into the curriculum in a way that enhances learning and prepares students for the digital age. So, this involves staying up to date with educational technology trends and leveraging digital tools to create interactive and personalized learning experiences for students. Letter B, they design curriculum from basic education to higher education. So kanang it requires comprehensive approaches, no? So designing curriculum from basic education to higher education kanang nag-involve siya thoughtful planning and ang alignment with standards and consideration of various pedagogical approaches. So letter C, they help develop the curriculum content and activities including assessment tools. So kanang it aims to provide kanang meaningful and well-surrounded learning experiences. So letter D, they implement the curriculum in various capacities as administrators or as a classroom teacher. So both as administration and classroom teacher allows for a cohesive and coordinated approaches to education. So letter E, they help evaluate the curriculum. So as curriculum leaders, their involvement and evaluating the curriculum indicate a commitment to assessing it effective. They involve in gathering feedback and more. So letter F, they introduce curriculum innovation. So this initiative aims to enhance the overall learning experience and keep the curriculum aligned with the evolving education needs and trends. Next, kay instructional leadership. So, instructional leadership is one of the function of teachers as curriculum leaders. So, as curriculum leaders, teachers play a crucial role in instructional leadership. Kanang instructional leadership encompasses the action and kanang strategies that teachers undertake to improve student learning outcomes and facilitate effective instruction. So it also involves not only delivering classroom instruction but also supporting and guiding colleges in their instructional practices. They supervise the implementation of curriculum and academic standard. So kanang supervising the implementation of curriculum and academic standard is a critical aspect of instructional leadership for teachers. Kaning this responsibility involves overseeing the execution of the